Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater. And Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the little show that could and got a lot of help to get where it's at right now. This is a show that, for all intents and purposes, should have probably died back in 2015 when Marvel Entertainment split up into Marvel Studios and to Marvel Television. And the show that was meant to be the glue, the conduit, the passageway between the MCU and the Marvel television shows ended up just getting taken back by Marvel TV, and Kevin Feige wanted nothing to do with it and provided almost no help, in my opinion, in trying to connect the two. It's one of the reasons why fans have been so desperate for there to be that connection with the Marvel Netflix shows that it just never came to be. And now with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. officially ending with season 7 in 2020, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens next, which is why I want to talk about this exclusive that I was sent. This was a rumor that I was sent from a fan who got it from somebody else who apparently has some knowledge, some inside track, which we're going to talk about here. But he says exclusive breaking Marvel Entertainment and works of Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. spinoff. And this does feel ultimately like what they would do next, right? With Disney Plus right there and having the new shows for that. And Marvel is getting the orders from Disney to create as much content as humanly possible in order to make sure that they bring in a lot of those Marvel people to Disney Plus. Star Wars is going to be a big draw, don't get me wrong, but really I think Marvel shows are going to be where it's at for getting in a lot of new and maybe younger audience members. Now, the article is a little bit on the rough side grammatically, but we're gonna punch through it. Now, it says here that Marvel wants to use a couple of characters from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for S.W.O.R.D., Chloe Bennett's character being one of them due to her popularity. Chloe Bennett is playing Inhuman Daisy Johnson / Quake. She also lent her voice in Marvel Rising as the same character in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So Daisy Johnson, Chloe Bennett, been around since season 1, and she, as Quake, she's an Inhuman. That's been known for a long time. We know that Marvel wanted to get the Inhumans off the ground. The show was terrible. That was, again, part of the whole divorce between Perlmutter and Feige, all that stuff. But the article goes on to say here that the spinoff is going to be about her being a part of a team in space called S.W.O.R.D., which was introduced or hinted at in Spider-Man Far From Home. This is what he was told from friends of his at Lords of the Long Box and some guy named Mikey Sutton who kind of fed them the information, so to speak, or they got it from him, but we're going to talk about that guy. As for right now, we don't know if it's going to hit ABC, Hulu, Freeform, FX, or even Disney Plus. If I had to guess, I would probably argue that right now it's going to end up being on Disney Plus. It just seems to make the most amount of sense, or maybe even Hulu. But I think they're going to want to bring a lot of those fans over to Disney Plus. Although if anyone's watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now on even on Netflix, or I'm sorry, on ABC, they're probably already going to get their hands on Disney Plus. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. going to space, it's not out of the question. We've seen the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, where we have Talos and his wife, and they were obviously impersonating Nick Fury and Maria Hill. We see Nick Fury here on a scroll ship and looking at something. This could be S.W.O.R.D. This could be that next evolutionary phase of S.H.I.E.L.D., considering that S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of died off in 2014, 2015. And so we know that already, and this could be Nick Fury's next step in order to protect Earth because he already knows of the threats that are out there. And it's not like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. themselves had never gone to space. This is a promo shot from season 5. Like I said, the show has already gone out there and dealt with things that the movies haven't even touched upon yet. And even before the movies went to space, they were really going to take the characters into space. Well, with the exception of Guardians of the Galaxy, I think. So, I mean, again, there's not, there are certain things here that you could look at from the grander aspect of Marvel and go, yeah, all right, I think they're onto something. Perhaps Disney is going to be looking into this or making this a thing. Never mind that there was this particular article that popped up the other day saying Marvel planning Inhumans reboot for the MCU. Now, if they're looking on doing the Agents of S.W.O.R.D. and they want it to be led by Daisy Johnson or Chloe Bennett, who is an Inhuman, this could be that potential reboot that they're ultimately talking about before tying it into, the family here. That could be something. Again, Jeph Loeb, probably won't have much to do with this, or I pray to God Scott Buck has nothing to do with this. However, Jeph Loeb himself, in an interview with Deadline, was talking about this, and they said on the flip side, under the same corporate umbrella, there's going to be all these Disney Plus shows. How do you feel that there's potential for too much Marvel? He says, well, first of all, I have to make something very clear, which is those shows are created and run by the responsibility of the motion picture studio. Secondly, Marvel Television will be doing shows with Disney Plus. We just haven't announced what we're going to do. Deadline says, and when do you think we're going to hear exactly what Marvel's TV Disney Plus offerings are? He says, when we're ready. So the question that becomes, is this that particular offering? With the fact that they've already finished filming Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They shot season 6 and season 7 back to back. Season 7, or the finale, wrapped like right after Comic-Con. So that show is done. So they could easily be actively developing an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show to premiere sometime in 2020 or late 2020 or early 2021, as we start really trying to get further into phase 4, maybe into phase 5, which is when we're probably going to start seeing more about the Skrulls. Because again, there's been like the rumor that the Secret Wars is going to be the next bit that they're going to try to do. And I think the Skrulls have something to do with that. If I recall, I'm not too up to date on that. But anyway, this is Mikey Sutton. This is the guy who's apparently breaking the news. And he's pretty prolific in his predictions, and I want to bring up one in specific. This one here. This is a post he put on Facebook back in May 5th, 2018, right? It says here, multiple sources telling me that Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be renewed for another season, and you can dance if you want to. So he talked about this on May 5th, 2018 for the season 6 renewal. Here we go from, this is like Hollywood Reporter. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. renewed for abbreviated 6th season at ABC. Oh, when was that? Oh, it was May 14th, 2018. So he actually pimped that up. He called it about 9 days early in order for that to be a reality. So the guy's got his particular insight, and he's talked about stuff before. He apparently talked about the Marvel Fox deal, or the Disney Fox deal, long before, like we're talking 2015 is when he had posted about the conversations. So this guy apparently has he knows some information, and he could be onto something here. Now, I don't know if S.W.O.R.D. is going to become the next phase of this. It does seem to make sense, because when people saw Spider-Man Far From Home and they saw the ending of it, and they saw precisely where Nick Fury was, those conversations began to happen. And with those conversations happening like that, it does seem like this might be the next evolutionary phase. If they are doing a television series for Disney Plus or Hulu, I think Disney Plus is probably going to be where it's at, and they want to have it star Chloe Bennett, because they also said that they're working on a female-led show to go to Disney Plus, and this could potentially be it. It would make sense to have it be with her, and then it wouldn't star Samuel L. Jackson. He might pop up as he did in the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but probably not ultimately do that. So I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with it. I think at this point, it's going to be really interesting to see where things go, and I do hope that they give us some kind of tease or some kind of announcement. But it probably won't happen until the ending of season 7. That probably won't come out then until sometime in 2020, or maybe that's going to be where the show ends. Is that S.H.I.E.L.D., the agents are going to go off their own way, and Quake is going to be going to space with maybe a couple, maybe Fitzsimmons is going to go with her, right? Maybe Fitzsimmons is going to take off and head with her to space, and then keep the show going over there. And I think that would be something that a lot of fans would like, and that would give them the opportunity of bringing in new fans on Disney streaming, which would then, I think, really help connect the two together. Because even though Marvel Television and Marvel Studios are going to be handling separate projects, it's not to say that they can't find some way to work together. And if they've established S.W.O.R.D. in the MCU, and they want to make sure that the Disney Plus shows are tied to the MCU, which they will be, that's been confirmed. I think under Marvel Television coming to MCU, it's still going to be tied together. This is where we're going to see it. Anyway, I'm kind of curious to know your thoughts on this, your opinions. Let me know down in the comments below, or heading over to facebook.com/groups/3bucktheater. Let me know your thoughts there. Or hey, if you don't agree with me, you don't like what I have to say, and you want to challenge me, or just you want to compliment me, whatever you want to do, you call into my podcast, Hollywood After Dark, right here on this channel, 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll be on in a couple hours. Or if you really want to help support the channel, like you really like me, head over to patreon.com/MattJarbo. Anything there really helps out. YouTube is limiting video spread, and it's in a place now when it comes to advertisements that is just pretty terrible, actually. I'm not going to lie. So anyhow, if you guys want to help out with that, be fantastic. And I will talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.